Hello everyone! Today, as you can see, we have some great pain au chocolat and croissant. We're going to taste them first and then you will see how to make them. They're really good. They're soft, fluffy, crunchy with all the butter. You will see, it's one of the best recipes that you will ever make. So first of all, we are going to start with our ingredients. As you can see, here we have our liquid ingredients, so milk, water, some fresh yeast, flour, salt, sugar and butter. Some good quality French butter. First we add our milk, then our water, our yeast, our flour, sugar on one side and on the other side our salt. We're going to mix it all on a low speed with our stand mixer for about 5 minutes. Okay, so now it has been about 5 minutes and our dough is well combined, as you can see. Now we're going to continue mixing on a higher speed, in my case about 2 or 3, for about 7 minutes. Our dough is done, and now we're going to leave it and rest it in a bowl, leave it in the fridge for 24 hours or overnight. So here we have our 15-inch square with some butter inside. I'm going to distribute the butter all over the place. So as you can see, now my butter is put everywhere and I need to make sure that it's well distributed all over the place. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to let it rest in the fridge or in the freezer, as you wish. And we're going to take our other one. So this one will be for our pain au chocolat. And the same thing, we're going to distribute it all over the place, evenly, without any space. Okay, so now we have our dough. I have cut my dough in half to have one dough for croissant and the other one for pain au chocolat. So now we're going to start rolling the dough with a measurement of about 30 centimeters by 15, so a rectangle, in order to later put our butter inside. Okay, so now I'm going to trim out the sides that I have. So this is what I have left from everything. And now also up there, I'm going to trim a little bit. And also a little bit on the sides. In order to have a perfect rectangle shaped dough. As you can see, I'm going to put it in the middle, more or less. Just put it one over here and the other half over here. As you can see, I'm going to do this, enable to close the dough. The dough, we're going to close it like this, more or less. Also on the sides. Now I'm going to pinch it, and on the sides I'm going to close it also, so that my butter is really inside our dough and doesn't escape. Now I'm going to turn this around. Okay, so now my dough is 60 centimeters and I'm going to fold it 1/3 over here, more or less, and 2/3 on the other side. Pinch it a little bit like this so that it stays well together. This is called the tourage in French. So this is when you laminate your dough in order to have different layers of dough. And then you fold it again in half, like this. Perfect. Now we're going to turn it and continue. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to roll it until 60 centimeters again. And now we're going to do a second one. So I'm going to fold it 1/3 here and 2/3 here. Now I'm going to pinch it, and so as you can see it's not really good. You can still adjust it. Put it a little bit more like this. Pinch it a little bit. Right, that is sticks together. And now you're going to fold it again in half. I'm going to wrap it around and leave it in the freezer for about 30 minutes. During this time, we're going to take the other dough and do the same thing. Okay, so here we have our first dough that we did. Our second dough for the pain au chocolat is in our freezer, and while it's chilling, we're going to make our croissant. So we're going to roll out a 30 by 30 centimeter square of the dough that we have here. So now, as you can see, my croissant is cut, and it's 30 by 30 more or less. I have trimmed down the sides as needed, and now we're going to cut our croissant. So we're going more or less to do it 3 on this side and 3 on the other side, and we're going to cut them. I'm going to start rolling it. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Like this. And you continue, you just roll the dough until you have a more or less croissant shaped form. And as you can see, once it's done, we put it in here. The side that we put it on is where we finished. We put it on the paper and we continue with the other ones. Okay, so this is the last one. I'm going to put it on my tray and we're going to leave them proof for about between 2.5 hours and 3 hours. Okay, so here we have our dough. We're going to place, so our dough is 30 by 30 centimeters, everything, and the dough here is about 8 to 9 centimeters. You can do as broad as you want, and long is about 14 centimeters. So now we're going to start. First one, we have our second chocolate, and we finish like this, and that's it. We have our pain au chocolat, and now with the egg beaten, we don't need too much. That is really a step that we don't want, because or else it will be a little bit too eggy. So what we do is like this, and then we can start pouring, but really thinly on our pain au chocolat. So really thinly, a really thin layer. We don't want too much or else it's going to be too eggy. As you can see now it was a little bit too much, but it doesn't matter. I try to spread it evenly all over our pastry. And we're also going to paint our croissant. And as I said before, egg wash really a little bit, not too much. Try not to touch the layers, that is really important. And not to put too much egg wash on our croissant. So as you can see, now our pain au chocolat and croissant are done. They have been in the oven at 175 degrees for 14 minutes, both of them. I have painted them a little bit before putting them a second time after the proofing, and then put them in the oven. Now it has been about 10 minutes and our croissant and pain au chocolat are done. After our pain au chocolat, the tasting of our pain au chocolat, comes the tasting of our croissant, which are really flaky, which is ideal for a croissant. Look at it, I'm pulling it, really, it's really amazing, and Wow. It's soft, fluffy, airy, everything that you need. See you, and please subscribe for this recipe.